Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. This is the second start of this video. I had to go put my hair up. I'm in the throes of a hot flash. Woo! Yay me. I have coffee and I got out my Cretacolor colored pencils. These are made in Austria. Yeah, and this is the Brilliance set. I just put them in this cup because if they're in a tin I won't use them. These two are just fun multicolored pencils that are in the big colored pencil bin. So those are going to live up there. And I pulled out the Forbidden Fruit one. It's a little bit light on the page, but that's all right. We're just gonna roll with it because I started with it up here. And then I'll grab something else here in a second because I want some more over here. There we go. That. And then here. I had leftover paint from painting my canvases. And we've got a little bit of a box shape here, kind of like that. And then we've got, it kind of swoops out either side like that. I had extra paint from painting my canvases, and I mixed paint with, what did I mix? Oh, this, with the Liquitex matte fluid medium. Because the canvases that I got from the dollar store are not all that, you know. I just got them for fun. So I'm trying to make them something that I can actually make art on without poking a hole in them. And this is leftover paint that I just kind of spooched around in the book. And this comes down like this. There's a kind of a circly part right here. Symmetry. Let's get some symmetry going here. If you hear kids screaming, I think there's a summer program going on over at the school, so they're fine. They're just being kids. It was quiet for a few days, and then now they're back. They're all back, and then. This here, right in the middle, down, and then we have that, rounded edges here, and they kind of stop right about here on that top part, right about there. And then they come out a bit, that, and then there's a bit of rounding here, just a little C, gentle C shape right there, and then down, kind of sweeps down into this, like that, sweeps down. Like that. I hope you can see that. Let's get this, and now this is not anywhere near big enough, so this comes out like this into kind of like that, okay? And these guys are out. Pretty big, like that. And then when they see right here, they start seeing up like that. Up. Yeah, they're much bigger than these two little dudes right here. Can be the little dudes, okay? We got this. And then, it kind of wraps around like that. symmetry. Oof. Oh, the symmetry of it all. These two are kind of sort of placed right. They come up more like this. And they kind of more meet up here. So there's this, and they meet up here like that. These guys, and then this is a part of this. Oh, there's another one here, and then there, roughly. Okay, this coming down. There's a little dude right here, coming down into here, like that. Bunch of U and C shapes happening. There we go. This base part is nowhere near big enough. This guy, it's more beefy than that. There we go. I think that works. Now we got legs. We got a leg coming out here and here. We're just gonna roughly place them. Like that. And then from here, kind of slightly up, like that. And then joint, kind of goes down like this, like that. And this leg is out and around, kind of spilling onto this page a little bit. That's all right. And then from the joint, we've got a little bit of just straight down, and then swoops in a little bit into the other smaller part of his little foot. Okay. And then same thing here. Kind of swoops down, has a little hook. Swoops out. There's little hooks there. To here. There's another little joint. And then this one's kind of. I mean, honestly, you could probably put the legs where you want because they are movable, right? Doesn't have to be perfect. We have another joint kind of at the tip of this for this leg, and it's hidden behind the body quite a bit. So we're just gonna get it blocked in there, and then there's this part. Point there, joint, body, other little swoop in here. This. There we go. That here for the little foot part. Kind of falls off the page on that side, but that's all right. That's totally fine. Okay, let's pick a different color that'll stand out more. Gonna have to look at that. Let's try Really digging this hot pink, but I don't know how it's gonna. Oh yeah, all right. The hot pink and maybe. This is not going to be an appropriate color for this beetle, but that's okay. We're just having fun. Ooh, hot pink and blue. We'll do those. Those will look cool. Okay. Am I in frame enough? You guys can see the whole page, right? Maybe zoom in out a little bit more now. There we go. Okay. So, this is going to be a for fun coloring in. Go ahead and color in. Gently. Because we got it all blocked in now, right? So I'm just going to lightly glaze over some areas. You know, to make it uniform, right? And then here, I want it to be kind of nice and deep pink. That. And then soften out through the rest. Why am I doing this, you might ask? Partially for cohesiveness and partially so that the blue pops a little bit more off the page. Kind of like toning. The pink is going to be, you know, lights, and then we'll put the blue in. Just going to skim it across. Kind of push that black back a little bit. Get our shapes. I haven't drawn yet today. This is my first drawing of the day. Like that. We're just skimming in. We're going to do both pages. I don't want the video to be wicked long, so just gonna hurry along with the beetle, right? Plus I won't lose my shapes if I skim in the pink now. As I get moving with the blue to clarify and get in some details, I won't lose all my cool shapes. You don't have to do it this way. You can paint and draw any way you want. This is just what I'm doing on this black surface. It's for fun. And we'll clock that movie. There we go. Like that. There we go. That around. Alright. How crazy is he looking? Pretty crazy. There. Now he's blocked in with the yellow. We'll come in with the bright blue over the top. Let's see how this does. And kind of get in. I'll press pretty hard to pick up that blue. Apparently, maybe I filled up the tooth of the paper too quickly. That's all right. Just gonna roll with that. I'm digging the outline factor. I'm just going to roll with that as well. Remembering this is a sketch drawing, like it's just a sketchbook. This is a sketch session or drawing session if you prefer that phrase. everybody. I mean, kind of do, but you know. Just having fun. I'm just having fun. As you can see right here, these was going to be cats. I did draw one cat on the page in pencil out of, you know, just a cartoony little cat. Got all done with it and I really wasn't loving it, so I was like, yeah, you know what we can do? We can just go ahead and paint over that. Why not? Colored pencil is a very slow medium, which I tend to forget about. So I am going pretty quick to lay this in. Gripping the pencil way too hard. Let's calm down and have some coffee. There we go. I'm going to hold the pencil a little differently. I was holding it like this. I'll loosen up my grip. Change it up a little bit. Instead of pressing really hard, I'll just make multiple passes. I think I want this to be outlined a little more firmly. Right here. Yeah, I like that. There we go. There we go. Come in. Good. Ooh, I'm kind of digging this. Now, instinctively, oh, there are a bunch of little, like, bumply, knobbly little things going on here. Let's pop that in really quickly with the blue. There we go. And my instinct is to, go in and darken that background and make it more uniform. Any thoughts on that? Yay or nay? Is that what you would do? Where's that part? Whoopsie. Maybe a little more pink where it would shine, right? There. A little bit of reflect, like under, it reflects on the other side there. And there's this. Just gonna get that outline in. Like that. Trusting myself to do it right the first time. There we go. And then up and down, because that's the direction of the textures on these wings. That'll make sense. I want it to make a little bit of sense. Not minding that bright white poking through right there. Kind of digging it. We'll come in and do the same thing on this side. Get that locked in over the pink. And you can still see the pink direction lines. I'm not minding that at all. I'm kind of digging it. So I'm going to leave it. circular marks to kind of fill it in a little better. There we go. Like that. Okay. Feel like a bit of pink here where we've got shadow. Really pressing hard with the pink right here. And right here. And these are actually nice pencils. They're a little soft. Okay. Like that. I think a little skim of pink on the blue. Just a little. That. And then go back over it a little firmer with the blue. Let's go for that purpley kind of feeling. So you can see the pencil starting to crumb. That's all the layers of color that this paper is going to take right there. So I'll leave that alone. Skim in some blue up here. Gentle skim of blue. I'm going to lock in that outline once again. Anybody else liking the outline part? I wish this would outline a little more. There we go. That's better. And then we can come in and pull that thought pattern down here, here, there. There. And then down like this. Like that. Okay. That's where the joints are. I'll lose track of those. Okay. Ooh, fingers. I think, yeah. There we go. And they don't need to be at a crisp point at this point, no pun intended, because it'll just dig into the paper. and I don't want that. So let's go ahead and put in my bright spot here for the little bit of brightness that's happening here. All the way to this edge, like that. Cool. Alright, and then there's this bright spot here, and this bright spot here. And then this rim right here has a bit of brightness. And there's a bit of brightness around and in there, like that. There. I mean, and you can do what you want, right? It's your drawing, especially in a sketchbook. You can do whatever you want on any piece you're doing, sketchbook or no, but I mean, especially in your sketchbook, it's meant to be fun, right? It's meant to be practice, where you can make mistakes safely, you can discover things you do and don't like in how you create, try other people's techniques, see if it's something you want to pull into how you create. Sorry, it's making the camera shake. I can hear it ding, ding, ding. Put this in like that. Why are you making so much noise today? Don't be rude. Oh, just that. I am liking that purpley look. So we'll just keep popping the blue over the pink, and the pink over the blue, and so on and so forth. Yeah, I'm digging that. Okay, let's try that down here and see if it works. Gives us more of a purple than a blue or a pink. Yeah, this is really, it's getting very shiny as well. There we go. And then skim over that again with the blue. See if it helps it look more purpley. That's a little better. It's a little better. Crumbs everywhere. That's pretty cool. I'm digging it. Go ahead and lock in some blue. And I'm not going to get nitty gritty with all the little barbs and stuff with this particular drawing. I'm just going to roll with it, right? There we go. I really love colored pencils. I just don't do very many colored pencil pieces on camera because they take so very long, and this is why. There's a lot of back and forth and give and take, and the best way to work actually with colored pencils is in tiny little circles on a nice piece of paper, unless you enjoy the mark making of the back and forth, which I mean is totally your call. I do not discourage any kind of mark making, but if you want realism, right, if you're looking for that realistic-ish look, you would want to work in small layers, skimming the paper like that, very small circles overlapping. That the small circles helps with the lines, even the circular lines, kind of disappear. And you can't tell which direction. Like this is very direction. There's very up and down pattern going on here, right? But if you're looking for that realistic, smooth texture, you want to work in tiny circles. Little tiny circles. The crease of this page is not helpful. There. This leg in. I have worked on colored pencil pieces for days. Start small, start slow. And then some, you know, especially a small piece, you could get done, you know, in an afternoon or an evening. I don't know, I think this piece is pretty fun. Now, if I were to start over, like flip the page and put a make the black background and all that, I would definitely, I would definitely go ahead and do smaller layers, right? Gentle it a bit. Now if you want your bug to really pop, you can go ahead and drop in a dark background. And you can do this with paint, you can do it with gel sticks. The gel sticks are actually really nice. Let me grab one and I can sample that for you. These are the the King Art Artist Media Gel Sticks. You just roll it up like a lipstick, like that, and throw it down. These smudge really nicely. They're excellent for getting in your sketchbook and painting like this, getting in that crazy background, or smoothing out a crazy background. So this one's very splotchy. And you can come in here and you can just smooth that out like that. And it will dry matte. And it will kind of keep your fingerprints, so you might want to smooth that out a bit. But see, nice and dark. Isn't that nice? I like it. We're gonna go ahead and go with it. And you don't have to use your finger to smooth it out if you don't want to. You could use a silicone tool. Mine are all, let's see, I think this one's all right. These are my clay tools. You can go ahead and smudge it around with a silicone tool if you don't want to get your fingers in there. Might give you a little more control as well. I don't find that I have too much of a problem with getting in the nooks and crannies. See, and you can take it. It's got a flexible tip. You can smudge it around. I prefer my finger, honestly. But it is an option, or you can use little finger cots or whatever that you do, that you use for like pastels. It's all about preference, right? Some people don't like getting their fingers dirty when they're creating. It's a texture, sensory kind of thing. I enjoy it. For me, it adds to the experience. The creative chaos. Let's go ahead and get this scribbled in. Kind of use a light hand, and I like the little bit of white on the edges, so I'm going to leave that. I'm going to try and gently skim over this and get rid of some of the fingerprints. Let's go down here. Get that blocked in. And this dries relatively quickly. Like I'm gonna set this aside so you can get rid of your, goes right over the colored pencil. I don't want to get rid of that electric blue line though, I like that. We'll go up to about there. Smudge. There we go. There's a chunk. Just put that over there for now. Gentle little circles to kind of get in all the nooks and crannies. And then smooth it out like that. And then I'm gonna, the leftover that's on my finger, I'm just gonna kind of let it fade off the page like that. Fix those finger marks again. Like that. I like that. And these are pretty chunky, so just like oil pastels, unless you consciously spin it and work it into a point, they're not really gonna be for your exacting kind of work. You gotta kind of be okay with that. There. Oh yeah, that looks cool. Alright. I do want to get just a touch of dark right there. And then come over here. Lock this in. Going too slow, I'm getting lost. I was gonna do both pages for this video. I don't think I'm gonna do that today. I mean, I'll probably do them today, but the video is gonna be too long if I put it in one video. So the other page we'll do tomorrow, or well, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. Tomorrow is scrapbooking stuff day. So it fills in the tooth of that paper really nicely. Cut down here. Get out that. Smudge this part. Get it pushed into the paper a little bit. You don't have to press very hard, so the paper's rolling up a little bit. To get it to move around either. Just a little pressure and then skimming the page surface like that. I like it. I'm liking it. Let's get this little bottom part in. Pull that down. Basically coloring in, which is, I mean, coloring in's always fun, right? Dig it. I'm gonna get this little section back right here that I kind of obliterated. Do that. Like that. Yeah, there we go. Mo better, mo better. That. Oops. There we go. Got carried away there. And here. And again, this goes right over the top of the colored pencil that I put down. I don't know that I'd try that on like a nice finished piece. If you do, go gently, you know. Do a practice piece maybe before you put the gel stuff over the top of colored pencil. How archival. I mean, this isn't really an archival supply, I would imagine. It's geared for kids. And I am a kid. Fully embraced the child side of me. Why not? That. And then one more spot. And we're done. There's a few chunks. So I'm going to get those off the edges. Press them in. And I don't want to obliterate that cool blue, that electric blue. Just kind of get in there, push it around a bit, scribble it in, and then smooth it out. And I don't know if you guys could see the glare and the fingerprints and the direction lines. Now, I've used these on black paper, these sticks on black paper in my other sketchbook that has black paper in it, obviously, and they work really well on black paper as well. How's that? Lost some of the roundness over here, but that's alright. That's alright. Let's put that there. I think it looks pretty cool. That didn't really work out. Let's see if I can come back in here and get some of that. Black away. Nope. That won't work, but that's alright. And you can play with this as much as you want. Push it, pull it, all that. Black smudgy parts where I boo-booed. Up here. What's that? It's alright. I think that's good. That's pretty cool looking beetle, I think. I lost the like super roundness over here. That it needs to be out more. But now that that gel stick stuff is over there, that's not gonna work. That's okay. 'Tis just a sketch piece, right? Alright, so let's do a little anti-glare. There we go. Kinda looks neat. I like it. It was fun. A little scribble session in the sketchbook. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd like to hear from you. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.